welcome back. Today we will be reviewing my first ever PC build. Really, this is a review of my whole desk setup, but I'll make it mostly about the PC. No, I don't have any fancy names for it, but that doesn't mean I don't love this little machine. Let's get right to the specs. For our CPU, we have an A8 7650K, which you can see a review of right here. For our GPU, we will have an R7 250, as well as the onboard APU graphics, which is the R7 240, I believe. For our RAM, we will have 8 gigs of HyperX Savage running in 2133 MHz. I used to have another 2 gigs of RAM installed, but I had too many issues with it and memory leaks were happening all over the place. So I decided just to take it out and use it as a backup if need be. For internal storage, I have 2 hard drives. I have a Western Digital Blue 1TB and a Seagate Barracuda 150GB for just extra space. I also have a bunch of flash drives, but none of them are anything special. Housing my GPU and CPU is an MSI A68HM-E3 version 1, not the version 2. There isn't any difference in the specs other than some of the BIOS features that you really don't need, at least to my knowledge. It supports dual channel memory and fast boot, as well as featuring military class protection, such as ESD, which is like static discharge, solid cap capacitors, which ARM boards are now, humidity protection, EMI protection, which protects the board when computing for a long period of time, and high temperature protection. A lot of this stuff is standard on the market now, but it's nice to see that they take this a little more seriously than some of the other competitors. My case is very special. It is the Roswell i3 397BK case. It's a $50 case that comes with a very decent 400 watt power supply and can house basically any GPU that you put in. There is no room for cable management, unfortunately, but that doesn't really matter since there is no side panel window. This case may sound cheap, but the build quality is surprisingly good. Sure, the side panel tends to warp a little bit, but what side panel doesn't? This case has support for one more 120mm fan in the front and 190mm fan in the back. Perfect for you positive pressure guys. You might say that isn't quite enough fans, but when you look at it, it really is. I use a Cooler Master Sikaflow fan and the built-in 90mm fan, and my GPU has never gone above 60 degrees Celsius, and my CPU has never gone above 70 degrees Celsius. So what else is cooling this bad boy? I use a stock AMD CPU cooler, but not the same stock one that came with my CPU. My brother bought an 88OK CPU that had the biggest Wraith cooler that AMD offers, and my A6 7650K had the step right below it. Of course, I made the decision for the bigger cooler. It does a pretty good job, and as you saw before, it keeps everything nice and cool. My GPU cooler is the same stock cooler that it came with, and for GPUs you really don't need to upgrade that unless you plan on water cooling your system. Now time for the benchmarks. Hey, wait a minute. I already did those in my previous videos. You guys can check those out if you want, or I can run some more benchmarks and continue the review in another video. Also, really quick, I want to give a shout out to the Roby Memorial Library here in town for allowing me to use their rooms now to record it, so that's pretty awesome. Thanks guys. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for watching, and please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, as well as check out the links in the video description. See you next time.